Hello guys, welcome to part 9 of What If Minato Had Adopted Obito. First of all, I want to say that the story doesn't belong to me, so if you want to read the full story for yourself, you can go down in the description to find the link to the original post and read the full story for yourself. That being said, let's get into the video. After they got back from the Kanabi Bridge mission and Kakashi got his promotion, they took kind of a strange turn. Everything got kind of boring for about 3 months. Nothing new with the Uchihas, no big mission. Kakashi even remained a part of their team for the time being. Literally nothing major happened for ages. Obito was actually pretty bored. Obito training was going well in that time. He had acquired his second tomoe and learned a lot more about his Sharingan. It helped improve his taijutsu in a big way since his eyes were able to detect pattern in enemies' fighting style and use them to his advantage. The only two difficult jutsus now, although 30 of them were fire style and none of them were above V rank. Possibly the area he had most improved in was the only two people who could still keep up with him in taijutsu were Guy and Kakashi. His ninjutsu repertoire had grown massively. He knew more than 50 different jutsus, although 30 of them were fire style and none of them were above B rank. Still, 15 jutsus is a lot. Possibly the area he had most improved in was again jutsu. With his second tomoe, it was amazing how quickly he was able to put it up. Only Kuranai Yuhi could beat him in that area. Only Yuhi could beat him in that area anymore, and he was quickly gaining on her too. But still, nothing really major happened. Kuronai Yuhi is the Genjutsu mistress. He was sure that it would change when the tuning exams rolled around, but even that was pretty boring. They were heading in the held in the leaf, and thanks to the war, the standard had been slightly low. Standard had been slightly lowered. The written portion of the test was actually a test of information gathering in disguise, and thanks to his eyes, Obito passed that no problem. Rin did very well too. Obito had no idea she was so good at doing that without being caught. The survival test was easy between Obito's raw strength and Rin's knowledge and medical jutsu. No one stood a chance. Each team was given one part of a three-phrase code and had to find some way to get all three parts and get back to base. Thanks to Obito's genjutsu, he could just walk while they were in the one and ask the code. Walk while they were in the one. He could just walk while they were in one and ask the code. They were the first team to finish. Finally, the fighting tournament part of the test was one the only part that was actually a challenge. Rin was eliminated in the semifinals by Guy, who was then beaten by Obito in the finals. Guy vowed to train harder because of his failure, despite the fact that he, Obito, Rin, and Asuma had all passed. Luckily, Team Minato stayed together, as did all the teams until the war was over. It had been productive 3 months. It had been productive 3 months, but still a rather boring 3 months. A week after the tuning exam, something finally happened. However, it was something that all of them wishing hadn't happened. It all started when Minato was summoned to the Hokage's office one morning. It was 4 in the morning to be exact. early for even Minato. However, you didn't say no to the Hokage. You don't. However, you didn't say no to the Hokage. Minato entered the office and yawned. You need me, sir. You needed to see me, sir. Sarutobi looked rather troubled. Sit down, Minato. I have got some bad news. Minato didn't like his tone. What is it? What is it? Trouble with the war? Sarutobi sighed. No, actually, it's going to be quite well after you destroyed the Kanabe bridge and the rock was cut off from the grass. We managed to get a major leap up on them. The mist, rock, and the cloud all are nearly defeated. The mist, rock, and the cloud were all nearly defeated, but we are still sending people on missions, including Rin's partners, Minato. Rin's parents, especially including Rin's parents. Minato, Rin's mother and stepfather were both killed in a mission. I got the letter at the midnight, and they are sending the bodies back to there. She's got no other family left, and to be frank, I have no idea how to tell her. I was hoping you would have to you had some advice in that area. So they had nearly defeated the hidden mist, the hidden rock, and the hidden cloud, but they still sent shinobis on the mission. And on one of these missions, Rin's parents and stepfather, Rin's parents died. That. Wow, nice. Not nice. Sorry, that's really sad. Minato sat down, rubbed his hand on his temple. Damn it, I'm sorry, sir, but I got no idea what to do either. He's not going to take this well. Her family and his team are the two most important things in the world to her. Minato thought for a second. Let me tell her. She will take it better from me. You said she got no family left, so she can so she can stay with us. Even when this war is almost over, we cannot seem to catch a break. Sarutobi didn't argue. He didn't have the strength left to do much but nod. Thank you. That one less thing. That's one less thing I have to deal with tomorrow. He paused for a second and looked at the picture of the past Hokage. How do you think they did it? Deal with all of this. I am almost tired of even being in my life, and yet I cannot sleep a wink. I've even been in my life. I am the most tired I have ever been in my life, and yet I cannot sleep a wink. Now, how the hell did they manage to keep themselves sane? Minato frowned. It was silent for a while. Sir, I have no idea. Maybe it's just desire to see everyone you love survive and prosper, or maybe it was them taking the scorn in the fact that no one else would have to do all I know. No one else have to do. All I know is it not easy. It isn't an easy job, and anyone who takes it either is very brave or very crazy or both. Sarutobi laughed. Yeah, I suppose I am. You do realize you should very well be in this chair one day, don't you? Minato smirked. Like I said, brave or crazy. I think both those words describe me pretty well. Sarutobi kept chuckling as he walked out of the room. Minato was the one person he could always cheer him up. Otako sat in his house, angry, mulling over his life over the past few months. Obito, the little trader he had made Chunin, he had activated his second Tomoe too. Now Otaka was the laughing stock of the Uchiha clan. He had lost all respect of his peers. They blamed him for losing Obito, but how was it his fault? All he did was to try to help the boy reach his potential, nothing else, nothing more. None of this was on him. Obito was the one who left. Now he had nothing, no respect of his clan, no son, even his wife wouldn't speak to him. He was worthless. He had nothing that gave his life meaning. What was he supposed to do now? He poured himself another cup of sake and kept drinking. Suddenly he heard a voice. Well, isn't this a sad sight? A wised up man who destroyed his life. A wised up man who destroyed his life. Really? I am not sure why he picked you. Why he picked you. Otaka stood up at the voice. He could realize who said that. Who's there? He didn't recognize who said that. Who's there? A character appeared out of the ground. It looked like a kind of plant like humanoid. That would be Zetsu, the name. That would be Zetsu's the name. That would be Zetsu's the name. I came here because I was asked to be my master. Asked to be by my master. Otako was ready to strike at any moment. Who's your master? Zetsu forwarded. Oh, now it couldn't be any fun if I told you. I just came to let you know I am watching you, and if you play your cards right, there might have even be an offer on the table, something soon. If my master takes you're worthy anyways. See you later. Otako tried to stop him, but Zetsu thing was already gone. What the hell was that about? And what the hell even was he? Otako decided to go to bed. Maybe he had just had one too many cups of sake. Yeah, that must be. Minato sat in the living room with Rin. He had cancelled training and asked her to come over to the house and slightly think over how to tell her. He had looked at the bright-eyed girl and decided it was probably best to just get it over with and let her work it out herself. Rin, you know your parents were sent out on a mission 3 days ago. Rin smiled. Yeah, they are coming home tomorrow. I cannot wait. Minato was starting to have a hard time with this. Rin, we got a letter at midnight. There was some problem on the mission. Rin was terrified. Why are they hurt? Are they okay? Minato sighed. Rin, they didn't make it. They are sending the bodies back this morning. Rin gasped and tears started to form in her eyes. Now, no, please. It is a mistake. It has to be. They must be wrong. Minato put his hand on her shoulder. Rin, they are sure. I'm sorry, but they are gone. For the time being, you can stay with me and Kushina. We have still got plenty of room. Rin was crying and ran into Obito's room and slammed the door. Obito was out at the moment getting some groceries from Kushina while she slept in for once. Slept in for once. Minato was confused. He knew that was Obito's room. Why did she run in there? It didn't matter. He could let her work this out till Kushina woke up and asked her what to do. That didn't take long. As Rin crying woke her up, she walked over and looked at Minato. What's going on? Who's crying? Minato leaned back in his chair. Rin, we just found out her parents were killed, and I told her I had to tell her. Kushina went wide-eyed. What? Where is she? Minato pointed at one of the doors. She ran into Obito's room for some reason. Kushina glowered at her husband, confused. Of course, she ran into Obito's room. She wants him to be there to comfort her. Minato suddenly realized what she meant. Oh well, then we will just send him in there when he gets back. Kushina rolled her eyes. Yeah, but only after we make sure she didn't comfort her too much. We make yes, but only after we make sure he doesn't comfort her too much, if you know what I mean. Minato laughed. Yeah, good idea. Kushina sat next to her husband. It wouldn't be easy for her to get over this. When the Walpur were destroyed, I cried for weeks. Minato hugged her. All we can do is be there for her, sweetie. Obito got back and put the groceries on the counter. He looked over to find Kushina and Sensei were waiting for him. Something wrong, guys? He asked. Kushina nodded. Obito, sit down. Rin's here and we have something to tell you. Obito listened to everything they said with peak curiosity. Before long, he had wide and scared eyes. Wow, I cannot believe it. That's awful. Wait, did you she went into my room. Did you say she went into my room? Minato put his hand on his shoulder. Yeah, I think she needs you to comfort her. So Minato Obito suddenly looked serious. Right, she needs me right now. Kushina stopped him. Just 1 second. Make sure that comforting her is all you do. We don't want her starting a new family because she lost the old one. Nice. Obito blushed at that. I'm right. Just comforting, right? Minato and Kushina went to their rooms while Obito knocked on the door of his. The door cracked open and Rin tackled him onto the bed, cuddling him. What took you so long? Obito hugged her back. How are you doing? Rin had clearly been crying quite some time. My parents are dead, that's how I am doing. Obito gave her a small kiss on the head. I'm sorry. Is there anything I can do? Rin hugged tightly. Please, just don't leave today. I know I have to get out of here tomorrow, but today I just want to stay here, okay? I just can't go out yet. Obito was happy to help. Sure thing. I will go get some food later. Rin looked up at him. Dango. Obito smiled at her. Yeah, Dango. That's all for part 9. First of all, that's all for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is the best way to be notified for future parts. That being said, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.